I'll admit that I'm addicted to my keyboard. I try and keep my hands off the mouse as much as possible when entering data using the Tab key to move from field to field. However, watch what happens when we've made as many changes to the layout of our training department form as we have. I'm going to open up that training department employees form that we've been working on, and you'll notice that the first name field is currently highlighted. I'm going to press Tab to move to the last name field, but you'll notice that it actually jumps all the way over to building. I'll press Tab again, and it goes back to last name. Tab again goes to the department, and so on. You can see that the tabs are jumping all over the screen. We need to take care of this problem, and we will find the tool that we need by switching into Design View here on the ribbon. Over on the ribbon on the far right, you'll find a button called TabOrder. I'll go ahead and press that, and Access lists out all of the tab stops in their position. You'll notice that it starts with first name, then goes to building, then last name, and then department. So these are all out of order. There's a button on the bottom that says Auto Order, and when I press it, Access will take its best guess at the right order of things. But you can see that it really doesn't get it right in our layout. It goes from the image to the combo box, which is our search over here on the right. Then it goes to the first name, then last name, then over to building, then over to the button over here to the right of it. So we need to manually manage these tab stops on our own. Let's go ahead and put them in the right order. I'm going to select first name by clicking on it, and then I'll click and drag to move it to the first position. Below that will be last name. I'll click and drag it up. After I get done typing in the last name, I want to move down to the phone number. So I'll select number and drag that up as well. After the phone number, we can go to building and then department. There's our building. I'll move that up. And there's department, and move that one up. After I get done with the department, I'll jump over here, salary, status, then job rating. Salary and status are already next to each other, so I'll drag over both of those to select them both, and I'll drag them up and put them below department. The job rating, you'll remember, we put in using an option group. It's actually this frame 16 here right now because we didn't rename it. I'll click that and drag and drop it below status. After we get done with job rating, we'll move over to our benefits. Dental, medical, then retirement. Here they are here, dental, medical, and retirement. I'll drag over all three and put them below the frame 16. Finally, after that, it goes to the image up in the top left. I'll drag that to the very bottom. Then the combo box, which is again our search box here, and then the three buttons, the employees button, the print details, and the close button. Let's go ahead and say OK to accept these changes. Now, if there's particular controls that you don't even want to be in the tab rotation, you can remove them with a property on the property sheet. For instance, I don't necessarily need the search box to be part of that tab order. I'll click on the search box and open up the property sheet. On the other tab of the property sheet, there's a property called Tab Stop, and it's set to yes. I'll click on it, and in the dropdown, I'll change that to no. Go ahead and close the property sheet. We can go ahead and save our changes, and we'll switch into Form View to test it out. Again, the first name is highlighted, and I'll press Tab, and it moves over to last name. Then, again, down to phone number. Next tab goes over to building, then department, then to salary, status, job rating, over to our benefits, then up to the buttons, the second button here. Tab again moves down to the close button. When I press Tab one more time, it'll change to the next record. Now we're on record 2, and it goes back to the first name position. Notice that the search field was not part of that rotation. Even though tabbing through the fields might not be the way that you personally would interact with the form, it's important to consider the ways that lots of different people work and try and provide alternative methods that accommodate different styles. Making sure that your tab stops are in a logical and predictable order can mean a world of difference between a database that is a chore to use from one that is pure joy.